Have you ever noticed people act like answering a phone call is the same as defusing a bomb? The phone rings and suddenly it's a hostage situation. You're tiptoeing around whispering, "Do I answer it? What do they want from me?" Seriously, in 2024, getting a phone call is like someone banging on your front door at midnight. It used to be, "Oh, a phone call. How exciting." Now it's, "Who dares disturb my peace?" Let's be honest, if you hate phone calls, you're not alone. In fact, you might have just turned your phone face down right now, just in case it hears us talking about it and decides to ring out a spite. And if your idea of hell is an incoming call from an unknown number, congratulations, you're basically a modern human. But what's the deal with this phone call phobia? Is it just introverts being dramatic, or is there something deeper going on? Why do some people treat incoming call like a boss fight in a video game? Let's break down the psychology behind people who would rather wrestle a bear than say hello to a stranger. Here are the fascinating traits you probably have if you hate phone calls. Prepare to feel personally attacked in a loving, scientific way. 1. The text me, don't call me. Reflex. Have you ever gotten a call, ignored it, and then immediately texted back, "Hey, what's up?" That's not just a preference. That's a lifestyle. Some people are texting purists. They want transcripts, receipts, time to craft a witty response, and, let's be honest, time to Google what ROI means before replying to their boss. The psychology here? It's about control. Texting gives you time to process, plan, and not sound like a malfunctioning robot. Real-time calls? That's improv comedy with much higher stakes. So if you panic at live conversations, congratulations. You just want to sound smarter. That's not anxiety. That's just good branding. 2. Social Battery Conservationists, aka I can't talk, I'm at my house. You ever notice how just the thought of a phone call drains your will to live? Some people protect their social battery like it's a rare Pokemon. Phone calls are like using your one master ball on a Pidgey. Not today. Psychologists call this social energy regulation. Turns out, calls are unpredictable social marathons. With texting, you can hit pause, go eat a sandwich, rewatch the same TikTok 17 times, and then reply. Calls, no escape room. So if you hate phone calls, you're probably just energy efficient. Tesla should sponsor you. 3. Awkward pause, phobia, the dead air dread. Okay, but what about those phone silences? Nothing strikes terror into the heart like a silent phone line. In person, you can nod, smile, pretend you're deep in thought. On the phone, that dead air is screaming, "Are you still there? Or did I just kill the conversation with my personality?" This is classic hyper self-monitoring. Psychologists say it's the fear of being judged for not keeping the conversation flowing. Some people treat phone calls like Olympic events. And now for the gold medal in small talk. If you rehearse your voicemails, you might be a gold medalist. But here's where it gets weird. 4. Surprise anxiety, aka incoming call PTSD. There's nothing like a phone call to make you question every decision you've ever made. Why is the dentist calling? Did I forget to pay taxes? Is it finally the student loans coming to collect? Psychologically, this taps into uncertainty intolerance. Your brain hates unknowns. Calls are unpredictable. Texts are orderly. If your first reaction is, "Who died?" It's not that you're dramatic. You just want to mentally rehearse for every possible scenario. Spoiler, it's almost never that exciting. And you'd think that's the craziest part, but oh no. 5. The boundary builders, aka don't intrude on my vibe. Some people treat their phone like a velvet rope at a club. Sorry, we're at capacity. Try texting in 3-5 business days. Setting communication boundaries is a big part of adulting, apparently. Psychologists call it assertive autonomy. You want to control how and when you interact. Why? Because phone calls don't respect your schedule. They barge in, pantsless, right when you're about to do something important. Like, alphabetize your spice rack. Okay, but the next one is the one nobody talks about. 6. Performance anxiety. Am I supposed to sound happy? Ever answer a call and suddenly feel like you're auditioning for a toothpaste commercial? Hi, yes, I'm great. Totally not sitting in the dark, avoiding all human contact. This is impression management. You're worried about how you come across. Texting lets you curate. Calls, that's raw, unfiltered you. And if you're anything like me, you reserve your best acting for answering, "How are you?" with a wild overcompensation. "I'm doing amazing." Meanwhile, you haven't left your chair since Tuesday. If this is already blowing your mind, I actually put together a full guide that breaks down all of these patterns step by step. It's in the description if you want to go way deeper on this. But let's keep roasting ourselves. 7. The ghoster's guilt, aka call avoidance hangover. You ever ignore a call, feel instant relief, and then 2 hours later spiral into guilt? Wow, I am a terrible friend. Or maybe they butt dialed me. Maybe I should move to another country. This is the classic avoidance cycle. You dodge the anxiety, but then your brain sends you an invoice for unresolved social debt. So you marinate in existential dread, debating whether to call back or send a meme as an apology. Because nothing says sorry for ignoring you like a dancing cat gif. Now let's connect the dots here. Why is phone call avoidance such a thing? Psychologically, it's a cocktail of cognitive dissonance, social overload, and good old-fashioned projection. Your brain wants to believe you're a great friend, but your behavior says, I have the emotional availability of a potato. Cognitive dissonance is like ordering a salad and then eating 4 slices of cake. You want to be connected, but you also want total control. So your brain does gymnastics to justify it. Throw in social overload, that feeling when every notification feels like an audition for the voice. And it's amazing any of us ever speak to each other at all. And projection? Well, that's when you assume everyone else hates phone calls as much as you. So when someone calls you, you're like, what kind of monster are you? At the end of the day, hating phone calls doesn't mean you're antisocial, broken, or secretly a 90-year-old yelling at kids to get off your lawn. It means you like your communication like you like your coffee. Carefully measured, temperature controlled, and preferably not a surprise. Look, if you actually want to get better at reading people, not just watching videos about it, I put together a complete guide called the Human Behavior Code. It breaks down every pattern, every signal, every trick we talked about today, plus a ton more. It's all in the description below. Less manipulation, more opportunity, money, and better relationships. And even if you just want to keep watching free videos, hit subscribe. I drop new psychology breakdowns every week. Which of these personally attacked you the most? Let me know below.